When we all come together and just bring in the charity love, there's no going back. It's the best thing in the world.
My passion for this stems from when two of my kids were born, they had to spend a lot of time in the hospital.
As many of you know, Extra Life began in 2008 in memory of Victoria Enman. At that time, it was a local fundraiser for Texas Children's Hospital, where Tori fought her cancer.
At Victoria's house. Bye!
My name is Joellen Inman, and I'm Tori's mom. And this game is not over.
Some families, the game is just beginning. We've got a long ways to go. That road is a long road.
This is your Extra Life money in action.
CHOC is actually building an entire wing dedicated to children's mental health.
I play video games, I raise money for Extra Life.
I am streaming for Amy.
El 100% de ese dinero se queda local en tu hospital o fundación a la que tú representes.
Extra Life
super mega ultra charity live stream extravaganza of awesomeness.
Hello, everybody. We are back with Tales from the Tavern, Season 2, Episode 1, starting a little bit late because of a power outage. But we're back. It is Season 2, Episode 1. I know, it's so exciting. We had to bring in the big guns. So
some champagne on a ship or something?
Yeah,
Sure.
I think we probably should do that. Yes, we have David St. David with us tonight. And yes, if you have been around for the majority of our Extra Life charity stream weekend extravaganza, you have seen all of these faces, or not the Little Red Dragon, but you've heard Saint's voice in all of our streams this weekend. We wanted to have an episode where we all got to talk a little about like normal tabletop tavern stuff, whatever normal is. And then also a little bit about the event itself and our favorite parts from the weekend and all of that. So if you are joining us for the first time, the way that this works is everybody will introduce themselves. I will kick things off with a question, and then the rest of our questions will come from chat. So feel free to drop your questions in chat. Let us know. We've got a moderator here helping us out to make sure that we see them all. And we're going to kick it off. So Ray, we're going to start with you. Why don't you introduce us and tell us a little about who you are?
Oh, I am Ray Mayhem. I paint minis, I live on Twitter, and I play in the shared experience Star Wars Final Fantasy games Edge of the Empire. That is so much to say. TTRPG Ripples in the Gray on Tuesday nights, where I play a sassy, smooth-talking Twi'lek smuggler named Fidjata that everyone calls Fidget. And I wasn't supposed to be here, but I'm real excited to be here. So.
That's what she keeps telling us anyway.
Mm-hmm. Let's go.
Well, I appreciate you being willing to pinch hit. We originally thought we had to cancel the stream, and then we uncanceled the stream, and I went, "Oh my God, we're down 2 people now." So thank you, and thank you for participating this weekend. David Tilstra, we're gonna go to you. Introduce us and tell us a little about where we can find you online.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. My name is David Tilstra. I am the Dungeon Master for From Afar podcast. We tell jokes, we don't know how to play D&D, and we're looking for the lost city of Atlantis. So if any of that interests you, check us out. You can find the show at From Afar podcast on Instagram and Twitter, and I think we have a website somewhere. You can find me at David Tilstra on Instagram and Twitter. And other than that, I'm just excited to be here. It's been a real fun weekend, getting to hang with all you amazing people. And this is just going to be a fun way to kind of end that.
Yeah, wrap it up. Bring it home, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you for participating this weekend. Saint, we'll go to you next. Tell us about where we can find you around the interwebs.
Well, I am Saint, also known as a Chris upon occasion. I am the technology cursed DM for Discount Dungeons, which can be found at discount_D&D on Twitter. And you can find me at sdamons on Twitter. I am a regular on this channel at this point, so everyone's at least heard my name and seen my face at least once, although this weekend has proven quite difficult with my technology. I am about to eat my new laptop right out a window. So we should move on before I do that.
Yeah, please don't do that during the course of the stream. I don't recommend it, actually. Okay, so David, Fungin Master David, tell us about you.
I am David Hallman. I am the Fungin Master for Good Better Quest. There are fireworks going off outside my house, and I'm sure they're going to be going off outside some of y'all's houses too.
Yeah, fact.
Yeah. I actually don't know what else to say. I can't believe suddenly I don't. Doug is on this show a lot, and he is one of my players, and that's don't take my word for it. You know, just.
But you don't have to take our word for it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Well, thank you. And Wolf's Blood making another appearance this week.
I am making another appearance, and I am one of the channel moderators here at Shared Experience. I am not getting an old chat blurb today because no. But anyway, it has been great. I'm actually surprised that Stag wasn't able to find anything to say, as he had plenty to say, as he yeeted me into the void yesterday to my death, which was fine and great. You know, it happens, but whatever.
Get good, Scrub Lord.
Well, speaking of yesterday's stream and all of the streams that we have had so far this weekend, the question I would like to start off with is, first tell us the stream that you were a part of, and then I would like to know what your favorite part of that stream was. So, Saint, you already said you called dibs on going first on this question, so by all means.
Yes. I was the DM for the Amen stream, All Cleric one shot on Friday night, and all of my players asked me for social encounters. They all wanted to socialize and not be violent. And every social encounter I throw on them literally got fireballed. But the most spectacular one was they're on an airship, and the Fellowship of the Backstreet, thank you, Manda, that shall forever live in my infamy, was catching up to them on planes, and in unison, the party unleashed a torrent of fireballs upon them, sending them cascading to the ground. And what was supposed to be like a good 20-minute like verbal encounter, an aerial duel using dancing, became just kindling and carnage.
Amazing. It was pure magic. I was in that one. I actually could not cast fireball, so unfortunately I did not get to take part in any of that. But I had a great time polymorphing a dragon into a chicken. That was a thing I did. So yeah, I was pretty proud of that.
It's so rad.
As you should be. Every dragon deserves to be a chicken.
Yeah,
especially red ones.
Hey,
Bobby, are you in chat?
But did you deep fry it afterward? That is the question.
No, we couldn't. We wanted to. Actually, Cyclone Jack did predict that we would get KFC before the night was over, but we didn't quite make it to that part.
He was very close. We were all very fatigued as the boss was on its final legs, so an NPC removed the party from imminent death, leaving a bit of a cliffhanger that we might be able to return to. But we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
It's always fun.
Oh, so you're saying you saved your party from death on that charity stream so that it would be a lighthearted ending, huh?
It's for the children.
Sure, yeah. Me, lighthearted and pulling punches. Dave can confirm this is not me. I did it because I wanted to go to bed.
He was saving himself, yeah. There was a moment we were playing an offline game of Strahd, and we were going, it was getting late, and we were fighting this like boss. I don't even think it was like the final boss. I forget who it was, but like Chris at one point was like, "Do you guys want to keep going, or do you want me to like end this?" We're like, "We want to take this guy." And I was like, "Okay." And in one turn, he had killed the entire party. We were like, "Oh, never mind." Oops.
Whoops.
He really wanted to go to bed that day.
Yeah,
Careful
he really
what you wish for.
No, that one was on us. He gave us the out, and we were like, "No, bring it on." But it was fun.
Yeah, they specifically they had asked for the death version of Strahd, where like you crank everything up and they're fighting on by the life of their teeth, and they can't find any of the treasures they need to actually survive the encounter. So the boss polymorphed into a red dragon and burned them all to a crisp in one round. Actually, 2 rounds.
These red dragons, just the bane of existence.
But yeah, I asked them, like, because I asked them, do you want to die? And they're like, yes, kill us. I'm like, okay, I'll make sure you guys die.
It was brutal. It was real brutal. But it was fun. It was still a good time.
Yeah. All right. Anybody else have a favorite moment from this weekend they want to share?
Yeah. That's what the question is. Oh man, there's so many. Someone just slammed a door in my house.
Rude.
So rude. I'm on the stream. I think one of my favorite moments was, I mean, there was a lot. I think I'm gonna do a couple here. My very first one was when we were doing the coffee talk with Brianna Jean.
That's right. You did that one too.
We sort of bullied Chris from Discount Dungeons into giving away a pie. He's not. I mean, Chris, you might be able to correct me if I'm wrong. But he's not particularly a baker. Like he can bake. It's not like he's not like I give away pies. This is my thing. It just sort of came up, and he ended up giving away a pie.
All right.
He's not a bad baker. Like it's not something he usually does. Like he actually does make a good apple pie. Like I have had it for the holidays. Like he can cook.
Well, yeah, that's what I meant. Like not doubting his skill, just the frequency at which he bakes.
To the best of my knowledge, he does not make pies on the regular. It is not something that usually just randomly ends up. It's like, oh yeah, I have a pie for you guys on game night and just lands on my table. No, that does not happen. Although maybe it should. Chris, I know you're in the chat.
I mean, if it did, would less red dragons show up?
We need.
Oh, they haven't faced a dragon in the Discount Dungeons campaign yet. I'm sure they'll find a way to fight one.
I mean, or they couldn't if pie finds its way on the
I'm not a pie person. If you want to bribe me, you bribe me with coffee or steak or whiskey.
What about a steak that's been coated in coffee?
I mean,
and then grilled,
and then pie.
I mean,
with a side
I'd give
of
it a try. Yeah,
This
I'd
is
give that a try.
beginning to sound like the Anchorman meal of waffle, steak, French fries, and scotch. Like that's.
Yeah.
Nick added in with a little ancho chili.
Yep.
Nice.
I'd actually prefer Brazilian, but okay.
I will steer us back onto the path of the topic.
Do it.
I cannot stop thinking. So the stream that I did was with Atomic Zero and Taylor from Backwater Bastards, Washu, Who's It, What's It, me, and TT Benjamin. And we did Kaiju Girls and Sexy Battle Wizards. And during Sexy Battle Wizards, Taylor's wizard only... So you have a 1, 2, and 3, and your 3 talents are Battle, Sexy, and Wizard. And you roll based on those things, and that's how many D6s you get to roll. So Taylor only gave herself a 1 in Sexy. So it was very much like Tormund Giantsbane was like the type of person that she was. And his name is Bash. What was it? Bash Tartarus the Meat Slinger?
Yeah, something like that, with his one ab.
Yeah, with his one ab. But there was a point where we all got to have a very sexy breakfast, and Bash like oiled his body up with bacon grease And I just I cannot get that image out of my head. Like, that's just.
It was so funny.
But how did the bacon end up on the table? Do you remember that part?
Because I had to pee.
So Bash decided that he needed to have the protein in front of him. And so he called upon the magic, and a large spool of meat sprang forth from between his legs and slammed onto the table.
Taylor's in chat right now. I meat summoned it.
It was magic.
And the only thing that made it better is that both Ben and I were really determined to be the sexiest wizard, and we were both Lore of Light wizards, so that we were on a light only diet. Like, we only ate light that we produced ourselves.
No,
And
wait. It was the post-keto.
Post-vegan. No, it was
vegan, yeah.
All light diet.
Yeah.
Post-vegan, all light diet.
Yeah.
Sounds like something that would happen in Los Angeles, honestly.
I wouldn't doubt that. And Kaiju Girls was a lot of fun. I got to be Baby, and that was very exciting for me to just be like this bimbo with like just vibes, no thoughts. That was nice. And and somehow when we turned into kaiju monsters, we all turned into Pokemon, so that was fun as well.
I know we had questions for Ben about that particularly, but unfortunately we didn't get the chance to ask. So
one of these days, I am going to ask. In fact, I will ask Ben that on Tuesday.
There you go.
I think something happened to Saint.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it looks like he...
Yeah, my camera was being a butt, and I had to turn it off.
All right. Well, I will just need to... Not a problem.
Yeah.
So, in the meantime...
I'm not pretty enough to be in this square.
I mean, neither am I. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm apparently the Chaos Child. I am sorry, Luna, for ruining everything.
How dare you? How dare you?
You didn't ruin anything. We all know this is Corin's fault. It's the reason why Luna lost power earlier today. It's fine. We can just blame it on Corin.
It's true.
I think my favorite part from the 119 stream, I have two. One was literally any part where I got to do the threatening talk thing. I am not normally like a mean or I do not enjoy confrontation. But boy, oh boy, did I have fun coming up with just random crap. I was swallowed by a monster at some point, and I think Ty said, yeah, so you're trapped in this monster. And I said, no. I'm not trapped in this monster. This monster is trapped around me. And then the second thing was fastball specialing my tiny friend out into the cold, unforgiving embrace of space.
As someone who's played Rivet
did you get yeeted into space?
We did.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That was a thing that happened.
I started with Wolf's Blood.
That was mean. Very
it was
mean.
not. So here's the thing. I didn't think he was gonna die. It was a last minute thing that someone messed with his suit and got a nat 20 on it. Yeah.
But I still got yeeted out of a perfectly good spacecraft.
Yeah, you did.
By the Tin Man over there.
Really good throw too.
I still think the best part of that stream though was actually you. Right before you got surrounded by that whatever that critter was.
Yeah.
Because this thing is bearing down on our war machine and our doctor. It's huge. It's the size of a ship's hangar. And all of a sudden, Isaac, or David over here, just says, I'm going to shoot it. And so he shot it. And the immediate reaction was, it looks like it took no damage. It's imbued. Not even missing a beat, not even pausing. He goes, I'm going to run into its mouth. If I can't hurt it from the outside, I can hurt it from the inside.
Its skin is too thick on the outside.
Oh my.
Drax, no!
Drax? Here's the thing, is that is a go-to for almost every fighter I play. It's just I'm
run
gonna
into its mouth.
it.
So good.
Listen, you can't miss a hit when you're inside it. All right, you hit a wall. Guess what? It's still the monster.
That's a good point, honestly. That's a very good point.
Let me into your heart.
Literally.
The fastest way to a man's heart is through his stomach.
That's what they say. I don't think that's what they meant, but that's what they say.
So before we move out of the stream this weekend, I would like to read for you guys what I read for our mic check this afternoon, which is a kaiju haiku that I was given by Dev Makes Things because he loves me and wants to make me happy. So here is my kaiju haiku, and you are so awesome, monster that I just made up. It must be your teeth.
I love that. That is a very powerful haiku.
Oh,
there you go.
What a person. What a great
Indeed.
and powerful person.
Oh,
so good.
So good. So David Tilstra, you were in another stream Saturday night. Did you have a favorite moment from that one?
Yeah, a lot of them.
That was a good stream too. They were all good streams.
Honestly, this entire weekend, you guys have done an amazing job putting together some really cool casts with some really cool DMs, GMs that told some really, really amazing stories. I think probably just off the top of my head, the first really cool part of last night's stream was we were playing for a while, and Brianna Jean her and Shannon were getting into it because they were both playing very snarky characters, so they were just getting into it. And then all of a sudden, Brianna Jean says oh, and then my badger comes out of my hood and attacks whatever and does whatever. And we're all just like, you have a badger in your hood?
Do you not?
No, I didn't, unfortunately. That was really cool. And then there was one part where we came out of this random hut where there was a shopkeeper, and just a few minutes before that, Robbie from the Dungeon Initiative had donated a bunch of money to summon a monster, and in the middle of just the pleasant grove we were in, we were learning about the story, we were having role play moments, we were talking to this guide person. Robbie decides to summon a red dragon, and we had to just fight a red dragon. And the way we were gonna do it, or the way it started to just hurt a lot of my friends. So I'm like, okay, I have magic. I'm gonna cast Dimension Door, and I'm gonna appear 500 feet above this thing and drop down to it as I polymorph myself into a whale. I was gonna try and squish the dragon, but as I was up there, they killed the dragon, and then we had to figure out how to get me back down and not kill everyone underneath them before I turned into a whale. So that was a fun little moment.
Amazing.
So good. So good.
There was just a lot. Those are the ones that come to the top of it. But very fun.
Oh yeah, Chris just said, what about the Featherbeard?
Oh yeah.
That was
funny.
great.
What about Edabrix's bubbles?
Yeah.
Those wild magic surges were nutty.
Yeah, well, you go ahead and then I'll share the...
Oh, no.
I was going to say the one about Edabrix's bubbles. So we use the wild surge table in our game as well. And when Edabrix cast Polymorph on the dragon, it caused a wild magic surge and also silenced her for a minute. So every time she'd try to talk, little like speech bubbles would come up over her head, but it would just be like ... you know.
Super fun.
Yeah.
You're like Deadpool.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nick from Scry Society got cursed, or a wild magic surge, like moment one. Like I don't even think Star had finished reading her like intro, and all of a sudden this big bugbear rogue ranger like sneezed, and a peacock feather beard appeared on his face, and it was there the entire time, and it turned into a handlebar mustache, and there was just there was absolute chaos that entire session, but it was a great one. It started an amazing job hurting all of us chaotic cats into a very satisfying ending, so it was very good.
I love it. I know both you, Saint, and I know Star were kind of going for like a darker, grittier, like less funny, and I don't think any of the cast could pull that off. Like not even close.
No.
We tried. I mean, Shannon, like, she did a really good job. Right before we went on stream, she's like, "By the way, guys, my character is a bitch," and we're all like, "That fine." But she played it, and it did a really good job the entire time. And it was like I think we tried to start a little more serious and like not as just goofy comical, but then peacock beard and then wild magic surges out the wazoo. People were turning blue and de-aging, and pies were being. It was just hijinks all over the place.
Yeah, if you have a wild magic table, you no longer have a serious game.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Like, they are literally incompatible.
Well, I think that depends on the wild magic table, because I know I listen to a podcast where they do use a wild magic table, and one of the characters is a wild magic caster. And so every so often when that character rolls, they have to roll on the table. And one time they did it and they killed 70 people. So, yeah.
Oof.
Wait, 70? Like,
7-0, yeah.
70?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fireball in a crowded room of commoners will do that.
Pretty much, yeah, that's pretty much exactly what happened. A bunch of people, they were trying to save a town from I can't even remember what the villain was at that point in the story, but they like herded everybody together in a church and then went to do something and cast, and the character accidentally cast like a fireball in the church, and yep.
See, to lighten things up from that, I once played a Warforged who was a sorcerer and cast fireball solely on himself. It was the only way he knew how to cast it, and he always did it because he wanted to feel warm.
Aww.
He just. But
how
it usually
that lighthearted. That is grim.
No, it's silly because it was always. So the funniest part of it was always someone being like, how are we gonna, like get through this door? And I'd always be like, I know how. It's like, I have an idea. How are we gonna get rid of this big bad evil guy? Hi, I have an idea.
I think I know how to do this.
Yeah.
So before we go any further into the evening, Ray, do we want to open up that giveaway?
Yeah.
Excellent. So,
I'm perpetually making things.
Yeah, why don't you tell us about what you have for us tonight, and I will get that going.
I need to do some finishing touches, so it probably won't get mailed out until next week. But I have a werebear that I've been working on, and Luna sent me a message, and she's like, "Hey, can you jump in on Tails?" And I said, "Sure." And I jumped in, and she's like, I guess you don't have a giveaway. I'm like, actually, I started something this weekend. So we will be doing a giveaway.
Beautiful.
That is gorgeous.
Needs some more detail, but he'll be looking good in no time.
Yes, so exclamation point ticket to enter if you would like to enter for that. And the giveaway is open now. We'll draw the winner at the end of the stream. And also, too, donations are still open. If you have wanted to make a donation for Extra Life and haven't had the chance to yet, you can still do that. There is a link below. There is also, here, !charity in chat will also bring up the link, or !extra life. Both will do the same thing. And so if you haven't had a chance to do that, that's great. But the exciting news was we actually hit our goal last night. So our goal was originally $1,000, which we hit last night, thanks to Robbie dropping in that dragon.
Woot woot, dragon for the win.
Right?
For the children.
It was for the children. And I will, before we end for the night too, I'll show the video again, just to give another little idea for what Extra Life does. But
and I'm just saying, chat, that if we hit like the stretch goal, I will custom paint someone a dragon, since we've been talking about. Luna has one of mine, and they're very nice.
They are very nice.
I can show you one. You can't have this one; it's mine.
And you can't have mine; it's mine, but it's downstairs, so I can't even show it off. I need to bring them up here.
I can go get.
You can
mine.
look, but no touch.
Yeah,
exactly. Actually, speaking of
my God,
stretch giveaways, Luna, we had already discussed one that I don't think we hyped up enough. If we make the 1,500, I have a collection of still wrapped 2E Spelljammer stuff to give away.
Yeah. So, if we can get the next, what is it, $455? That would be our stretch goal. So, there you go. Yeah, there's Wolf's Bloods. Nice. I'm like pointing to him on my monitor, like you guys can see him over there. Like,
Wolf's Blood?
No, I painted.
He's not even on that side for you guys. He's over there for you guys.
That's beautiful. Holy cow.
I'm right down here for me.
Yeah.
You're up on my... It doesn't matter.
Yes, Ray is a super talented mini painter. So yeah, ! ticket if you want to get an entry in for that. And also don't forget to drop any questions that you have for the panel into chat. But yeah.
Can I ask a question to start us? Because like I've been thinking about this just like on my own. And I'm just curious what your input is. For the system that you run the most, like whatever it is, what is one spell or like rule that you think either is underutilized or people are using it wrong?
Ooh.
That's a good question.
That's a good question.
Because mine is the dodge mechanic in D&D.
Yeah.
When people forget it's there. Yep. And it's so smart. It's such a smart thing to use, but like nobody uses it.
It's especially good if you can't attack in a round or something like that, and you're not a monk. You saying that made me realize that I never do that. And I probably should.
Oh yeah, it is something I intentionally underutilize, because especially at like the mid and low tiers, like disadvantage is a huge punishment for players. So like you give a monster flying and take the dodge action, and then they're probably not touching that for a round or two, which can really make the combats in 5e a slog, which are already kind of sluggish even if you balance it right. Like the best example, as much as I hate to say it, the boss fight on Friday's night stream was not the best balanced thing I've ever done. Partially because I was essentially down 2 players because of the Wild Magic Surge, something I could not really prep for in terms of like pre-combat kind of stuff. So like it took a lot longer than it should have for them to bring down the dragon, because poor Luna was sitting there pecking with a bow doing next to no damage when her spells could have like literally been inflicting 40 to 50 points per round.
Right.
So like
and
in that case, like,
yeah, go ahead.
And Gunner being gone, the melee beast who could have soaked up some damage and done some healing. Like, there was a lot that I should have done trying to balance that on the fly that I just did very poorly. And I can blame that on being tired, being anxious, or whatever, but, like, I still did it poorly. So, like, combat in 5e can already be pretty punishing and clunky, if not, like, monitored very well. And adding in, like, oh yeah, my AC 21 fighter is going to dodge for 2 turns, so you just can't touch him. Like, I underutilize it on purpose for those kind of reasons, because players hate missing. It's like one of the worst things that can happen to a player is you spend your big, like, attack spell and you miss, because disadvantage is a thing. I think what I dislike is people trying to abuse long rest in 5e. Because you can only get one per 24 hours, and even my players have been playing for years try to do, like, 2 in a day. I'm like, no, you only get 1.
No one tell my DM about that. No. He's already making things difficult a lot. He just imposed carrying capacity for gold now.
I've always done that.
Yeah. No! Money is money. I get to carry all the money just like Skyrim.
You guys, that just makes me think of that meme where it's like, what you look like carrying all your stuff in a video game, and it's just somebody running like through Skyrim or whatever, and then what it looks like to everybody you're going by, and it's like somebody with this like mounded over shopping cart full of stuff. Like, yeah, sounds about right.
Is it bad that when you equated it to Skyrim, I was like, I need to convince my DM that if we get unlimited gold, I can get unlimited cheese, because that's way more important to me personally.
It's big brain time. Yeah.
What happens when all that cheese rots?
No,
you just eat it
fast. Dried
fast.
cheese. It's dried cheese. It's ration cheese.
Yeah, you got
Rations get moldy too.
No,
ration shelf life.
Ration cheese will outlive God. It's just
ration cheese is like the stuff that comes out of an MRE.
Yeah, but that's because the MRE is vacuum sealed.
Yeah.
If it wasn't vacuum sealed, then stuff would expire much faster.
Yeah, so that's what ration cheese is.
And the bowl just acts as an insulator on the outside.
I pay a lot of money
it's fine.
for cheese that just hangs out in caves for years and years.
Yeah.
So like, I think it'll be fine.
Yeah. Just buy all the cheese.
Sure, that's totally how all that works.
Yeah.
License.
It's fun. I want to carry all the cheese. You know what? Here's cheese weighs less than gold. Shove the gold in the cheese.
That makes the cheese heavier.
In
You're
what
no
world?
fun, that's it.
if we are in zero mass where cheese and gold do not have weight, then like you need to get cheese with a
Well,
rye.
the thing is, things cannot have weight, but things will always have mass. So if you shove gold into cheese, if you're in zero gravity, it will have no weight, but it will have increased mass.
Not in like it exists in a separate plane. We're talking about magic and shit. Cheese is an exception.
Exactly. In Dungeons and Dragons, cheese weighs nothing.
It's already magic.
I'm not shitting you.
Sir.
I'm not shitting you. If Devin would put like burrata into Vaima, I would move heaven and earth to get my characters like a taste of burrata. Are you kidding me? Cheese is fucking important.
I love Scry Society. He says, guys, I think we've lost the thread. I'm just over here. Hey, Billy, what was your favorite episode of Tales from the Tavern?
The cheese episode.
Okay, Scry Society, listen. You can't tell us we lost the thread and then follow it with the nugget, this gold of little known fact. The holes in Swiss cheese are made from adventurers putting coins in them.
It's true. It's true. It's very true.
126 of the DMG. Look it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but you have a very different copy than I do there, Dave.
Also, I don't think it goes to 426.
Yeah, no, I've got one. I got it.
It's on the edition.
It's David edition, and it is just a One Direction notebook. Yeah, it's best DMG. 10 out of 10. Would buy again.
It's true. I've bought 3 of them.
How we got here? I don't remember how we got here.
I don't either.
I'm not mad.
The thing is,
The question-
I still prefer this to the pee the water elemental conversation the last time I was on Tavern with you,
yes.
Dave.
I was about to say.
Question. It needs to be answered. That's it. Okay, wait. Follow-up question. To pee, can you drink a water element?
You would have water poisoning.
You started this, Saint.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
I would just like to point out that #FreeTheP is now a t-shirt available on our merch store. Just so you know.
No way.
Getting royalties?
I'll take 8.
I'll take 8. Give them all to me right now.
I am ordering one as we are on this right now. I need this in my life.
David Telstra, I am being ate up by curiosity. What is the follow-up?
Oh yeah, no,
question?
Well, maybe we get a donation, and I asked the. No, that's putting way too much. That would be a good question. I was just gonna ask, are there cheese?
$25 donation, and we'll debate whether or not you can drink a water elemental.
Again.
Do it. Bring it back up. With.
And the answer will still be the same. No.
Yes.
So I was I think there was one time.
Oh, Nick's got a great one. Sorry to interrupt, but this is a
No,
really
you're
good
good.
one. If you throw Kool-Aid packet at a water elemental, does it become a Kool-Aid elemental?
Oh.
Yes.
Oh yeah!
Yes, we did it. Great mind.
We're all idiots.
I'm
That's
so
what
mad
was
at myself for not getting there.
Dude, just imagine how, like, say you're stuck in a dungeon. You're stuck in like a cell of a dungeon. How do we get out of here? Previously drank a water element. You have a packet of Kool-Aid. You're stuck. You happen to have to relieve yourself. Water elemental's back on the playing field. Throw the Kool-Aid into the water elemental, and then it breaks you out of prison. These are the big, because it bashes through the wall. Like
No, because your urine is chemically different than water because of the acidity.
Well, yours
Okay,
might
no,
be.
no,
Not
no,
after
no.
you drink a water elemental.
There is no direction on the Kool-Aid packet that says that it has to be water and not pee. And I think it'll still suck the Kool-Aid
Stream is
man.
done.
Yeah.
When you are in a
I have a
survival
follow-up question,
situation.
actually. So this makes me wonder, if you throw a Jello packet at a water elemental, does it become a gelatinous cube?
No, because the cube has enzymes that act acidically to dissolve things.
I'm kicking
Water
you
elemental
off.
would
You're
not
no
have
fun.
those.
Let the fun please
Hi.
in here. God.
Hi, I'm David Hallman. We've had a lot of fun here tonight. We stray further and further from God's light every day.
Just
I'm
said
dying.
Jellimental.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jesus.
Oh my goodness.
I have not known a moment of peace.
Oh my god.
Oh.
My goodness.
Okay.
All right.
Let's write
So
it back
the
in.
next question is
Chad,
that
we
if
need questions. Chad, help us.
if
Guide
we hit
us
it,
back.
hold on. If we hit it
Guide
with the
us
Jello,
Yeah, well,
if we hit it with the Jello, can we also hit it with the canned fruit cocktail?
Oh.
Are we just making a fruit salad element?
I was so you can't if you hit it with the canned fruit cocktail. Here's the thing. This is where I'm on Saint's team. It can't be pineapple. One word.
Well, why? Oh, hold on here. Pineapple belongs everywhere, including pizza.
No.
So-
That's a different topic. I'm talking about scientifically, pineapple does not work in Jello. I remember a whole thing in class because the fact of the matter is pineapple, when you're eating it, it's also eating you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's so acidic. So that's the one time I'm gonna be like, no, that's not gonna happen.
Now I'm just racking my brains to all the times I've eaten Jello.
It's just
If I ever had
There's a pineapple flavored
Just-
Jello.
it just occurred to me that there is a way to make the gelatinous cube scarier.
Pineapple.
Put pineapple in it.
Describe it as aspic instead.
Oh, no!
Aspic is the worst food ever.
I've never heard or had that.
Aspic
It's
is
meat jello.
Meat jello.
It's
Why would someone
if you're from the
meats like
Midwest,
that?
if you're from the Midwest, you might know it as spoon meat.
Head cheese.
Head cheese. Hold up, is that actually one of the terms for it? Is head cheese?
Head cheese. You can buy
Head cheese
depending on
is
where
a
you're
type
at.
of aspic.
Depending on where you live, you can actually buy it just like you do any of your other deli meats.
Okay, listen, y'all.
Okay, so we probably call it something different then.
If the gelatinous cube dissolves people, it is a cube of aspic. Like, why are we not describing it this way? As this terrifying chunk of like adventure meat flavored jello.
Because it's already scary and upsetting.
I mean, if you're thinking about it like an amoeboid, as the oozes are meant to represent giant semi-sentient amoeboids, they would disintegrate or digest every part of protein they could to fuel their growth and everything else, leaving behind only the skeleton. So all your meat would actually be repurposed into other aspects of the cube to maintain its structural. So it's just not meat floating around. It's actually being used to create other things. So it's the bone, because I guess the bones are have too much calcium, and since it is a
What you're saying is the bones are too healthy.
The spam beast. Hold on, Proxima 30.
So if we
it doesn't have anything, it does not have any use for the enamel and various compounds inside the bones, as it does not need those elements. That's why they just sit there.
That's so wasteful. It's
So by
wasteful of gelatinous
by
cubes.
that logic, if we take Joker from the Mass Effect universe and throw him into the cube because of his brittle bone disease, would he be fully dissolved?
That's a solid question, friend.
Yeah, please help us. Give us something.
Right? Seriously, chat, just start throwing questions at us. So I had this neat idea for storing my dice, and I want to run it by you guys.
Okay.
So I actually saw this idea somewhere, and I think it might be kind of fun because I found a place that I can get brand new empty spice jars. So I was thinking about getting like a wall spice rack and then putting my dice in the spice jars and storing them that way.
I love
Doesn't Nicola the Druid do that?
Does she? I don't know.
Someone does. I know someone does.
Nicola, do you do that?
Vertrox Nightblood says, "No, I made a dice rack."
That's great.
Oh, Nicola does do that.
She has that.
Nicola does have that.
Well,
I want to say, if you have the space for it, that sounds like a pretty cool way to display and like store your dice.
Yeah, most of my dice I don't use, so I have a few that I keep in various like dice vaults and whatnot, but all the rest are just sitting in dice bags, and it would be nice to actually like have them up somewhere.
Mine are just in a sad pile on my desk.
I have the Critical Role Laura Bailey's dice bag of hoarding. I have all of the dice in there.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh, speaking of dice, I gotta show off my t-shirt. Look at this. Look at my t-shirt, guys.
Oh, that's
cute. That is adorable.
That's
Say, Luna, is that available in the store?
It isn't actually. It is available from Dungeon Glitch's shop. I actually got this from his shop, and he's actually going to be coming on Tales in a couple of weeks. So I'm excited about that. But I saw this and I was like, I have to have it. So yeah,
That's a very cute shirt.
I thought so. I'm a big kitty lover. So
I do like that spice rack idea. That's very cool. I feel like it's just like artistic, beautiful.
Yeah. I mean,
And
I don't know where exactly I would put it up yet, which is the only reason I haven't done it, but
that is an important part of implementation in this scenario.
You could always get the spice jars that like magnetize to things.
that is true, but I would know even less where to put those.
You can put them all over Stag's armor.
True.
Yep.
But then he'd have all my dice.
You would be able to find every stud
The
in
true
your
BBEG of the stream.
Ray's got it. You can use it. Find every stud in your apartment.
There we go.
That's genius.
Oh, your friends come over like, well, you literally have dice on, like just on your wall. No.
I was thinking about hanging some art later, and also my dice needed a place to live.
There you go.
Multi-purpose.
Yeah.
All right, Luna. Do we have a question?
No, we don't. Chat, come on.
I think
have
they're
one.
enjoying the chaos, which is
I
Yeah,
think
this
so
is like
too.
the quietest I've seen chat. Like they're usually spewing questions.
We do have a question actually. This one came from Apache, which is why it didn't come up in chat because he sent it to me directly. His question is, what is the most interesting item that you have gotten as a starter piece of gear when rolling on an item table, if that's how you choose your gear?
Interesting. Also, real quick, I just want to say I'm very much enjoying this conversation. I just didn't want anyone's questions to get overlooked.
No, it's fine. You
No,
didn't
you're
want to
good.
talk to us anymore. We get it.
I don't. Turning off my
Oh no, shit was about to get real weird because I was about to come up with something. Best thing I got for a one shot on a random magic item table was a rod of might or something like that, or rod of lordly might.
Yeah.
It was so cool. It had like 6 buttons on it, and it could become 6 different weapons.
It is really fun, that item.
That is really cool.
It was so great.
Has anyone else had a rope of useful items?
I've seen it.
Ooh,
Rope of useful items?
I've given those out, and the players love them.
That's the robe of useful items and
Robe.
Robe of useful items. It's like a cloak and it has patches on it.
Yeah.
And each patch is like a spell or a thing, and you can rip it off and throw it down, and then it's gone. But then you can use that thing. So like maybe there's a boat and a horse, and like there's all kinds of things that you can use. And the other thing that I will fight over if it's in like opening loot, like if they're like, oh, it's this, that, or the other thing, is an immovable rod. I love simple,
so
easy,
fun.
but like so it can do so much. So those are like my two: is a robe of useful items or a immovable rod.
Immovable rod is the absolute best. Sorry, Lynn, go.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I'm a big fan of the portable hole.
Ooh.
It's real fun.
Ooh, that's also good.
I didn't realize how blessed I didn't roll for this, but on one of Scry Society's off-air games that was helping him, or he ran for us, he let me take a broom of flying at like level 3 or 4. I didn't realize how busted that would be.
Oh yeah.
Tell it to do like, I think there was at one point like somebody drowning, and I couldn't get to them, so I just had my broom fly over, them up out of the water. Like there's just like things you could do, and I was like, I'm sorry, Nick, we can still talk about this later. I'm sorry. I broke your game.
I think the absolute best was I have a character that I have a tendency of bringing back into a lot of campaigns. His name is Dave. He started off as a chaotic neutral gnome alchemist, and he's 1 foot 6 inches tall, had the best of intentions, and had to roll on a chaos table anytime he did anything because he was a severe klutz. And random loot table, he ended up getting a rod of wonder.
What's that?
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Rod of Wonder or Wand of Wonder?
Rod of Wonder.
And they're essentially the same thing.
Yeah, they're basically the same. But what they do is you're not sure. You point it, you shoot, and then you roll on a D100 table.
Oh,
that's what happens. So sometimes the room gets filled by, thousands of butterflies.
Yeah.
Or suddenly you have a herd of charging rhinoceri that are running out of the wand towards your enemies and everything in between.
Very cool.
Having a completely just clueless little gnome running around with this thing was amazing.
That sounds fantastic.
One of my favorite D&D moments came from a Wand of Wonder. This is back years ago. I'm in high school, so we're like talking like 12, 13 years ago now. And we're talking to 2 ancient black dragons. And they're going to kill us. Like, they decided that we're dinner. But we're trying to bribe our way out of it. So our drunkard, who's an assassin, goes, look at this cool wand we have. We'll totally give it to you. Just look, I'll click this button. It'll do amazing things. And he just slams the button like 40 times. So we end up with pink tap dancing dragons.
That's amazing.
Well, did they still want to eat you?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, we were able to run away while they were stuck dancing.
Good. That's great.
So
That's
good.
so awesome.
I have never put one of those in my game after witnessing that.
Yeah.
No, I've never done it. I'm like, no, I'm not having that happen to me. Although I think
I get it.
I think one of my favorite things, and is why my players, whenever I mention the deck of things, because I love like rolling the deck of things, many things, is we were playing a barbarian mini campaign. Everyone was some variation of barbarian, and I have a curse item, the deck of many things, and whatnot. My wife gets the deck, and she draws the wish card.
Oh no.
So she wishes to go back in time to stop the person from picking up the cursed item. Well, I'm like, oh, okay, well, you don't remember that the item is cursed because you've wiped out everything and you don't remember you have wishes. So literally, my wife is like, I can never say the word wish again.
Oh wow.
It's the, what is that? The grandfather paradox?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That's nuts.
But they look at that thing and they're like, no, we will never touch that. Like, if I even mention the deck of many things, my wife is like, you're sleeping downstairs.
I found a homebrew item someone put online called the deck of slightly fewer things. It was really great.
I think I stumbled across that one time. Yeah.
It's so fun. It's so stupid.
There's a whole subreddit about like like DM things, but one of the pinned channels is useless items to give overzealous party members, and it's like stuff that it won't hurt them, but it doesn't really help.
Yep.
So like the one what was it called? It was the poncho of something, but it was like a belly shirt, so it only gave you cold protection from like your rib cage up.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
And like there was one that was like the something of sneaking, and it made you like stealthy, but only if like no one was around and if it was dark, and like just all of these things that it wasn't necessary. But those were very funny, because if you have like loot monkeys that like fight over everything, throw a couple of those things in, and
there you go. So we got a question from Vertrox Nightblood. And this one was this is a good one, considering we had one of these over the weekend. If you could play and or run a D&D one-shot with all of the players being one class, what class would you want?
Oh, we know my answer for this one, so I think I can skip it.
Well, chat may not know.
Is it clerics?
Is it clerics?
Okay.
My two favorite all class things to run are all barbarians, because they're just giant meat sacks that raid, pillage, and break everything. So I don't have to worry. Speedrun the boss. And then the all clerics, just because like if you have a group that really wants to roleplay, like they can actually sit there and just like debate about theology, and it's totally in character and can bore the crap out of the villain. And you can just sit there like the villain's just tweeting, just as like clerics walked into my thing and they start debating about how their gods would kill me. Lol. Those are my two absolute favorites. Like, if you're gonna like, I want to play it all again, this barbarians or clerics, just because they can lead to such interesting like role play interactions, depending on how you like gel the group together. A third one is also paladins. Paladins can be fun. I mean, at that point, you're basically going, anything I put in front of them is mulch, but that's kind of the point.
See, I want to do the all clerics, because I love the idea of all clerics, but add in 2 new features. Feature number 1, you have to have a polar opposite deity between each of the characters.
Love it.
So if you have 4 players, player 1 and 2 have to be polar opposites. Players 3 and 4 have to be polar opposites.
I love that.
And here's the other fun part. They gain and lose strength as they outdo each other during the campaign.
Oh,
wow.
That's good.
That's really cool.
I can see where that's brutal to track from like a stream or like podcasting like zones. That's what we do. Like trying to track that information live would be a pain, but like off air, I'd totally be down for something like that. Just because that's nice and like you decide everything at the end, you start, and yeah, no, that could be a fun like off air kind of game. I'm not sure how I feel about it on air, just because of like the chaos of shifting stats.
And I'm just thinking about it from, before we got into stream tonight. And if we were making that campaign happen, and if Ray and I had been opposites, I would be casting as like a 0 level cleric right now. Well, Ray would be at least level 18 after that burn that she delivered earlier.
Yes.
Yeah, I think your character
that was great, savage.
Your character would have like been reduced back to an acolyte, like in some backwater town,
right?
Not even to go out adventuring.
You'd be a pile of ash.
I'd be sitting here going, nah.
Game's over. Right?
Go back to the church. You're doing Charlie work for the rest of your life.
So I have 2, and one is all clerics, but it's church camp. and like all the clerics are at like a camp and they're younger, and it would be fun to do a Sweetwater kind of murder mystery sort of thing with that. I also have a campaign that I'm kind of writing out that is clerics again, but it's all like clerics that aren't necessarily pious. So like there's one who follows Dionysus and is a Path of the Tempest, so that they can summon wet t-shirt contests at will. So like that's that kind of stuff. And the other one I think would be cool would be doing all bards.
I was just thinking that. I've got a different answer, but I also thought about all bards.
Bards would be cool.
But just as I thought about it, all I can hear is just just oh man, we're stuck in this dungeon. We gotta bang our way out.
But you have to have the one emo like rocker in the back corner that goes, no.
No, the other one I would want to do, stick with me for a minute.
Sticking.
All monks. Turtles.
Into it. I know where you're going with this.
And they're adolescents.
Mm-hmm. What else is about them?
One of them.
Keep going. No, you got it. Keep going.
This is so stupid. Why did you bring me here?
No.
Their names like Botticelli and like.
Well, one of them is Syrah. Picasso.
Okay.
Warhol. Wait, no. We're doing first names is the thing. Shoot. So it's George.
George.
Pablo.
Andy.
Oh God, Andy. Well, I'm also just trying to think of. And Jackson. Yeah.
Jackson.
And so, like, all of these monks, have, different weapons. Jackson would have to have a shotgun.
Of course.
Oh, wow.
It's gotta.
You could give him a paintball gun.
Love it.
A squirt gun of holy water.
Oh my gosh.
That's amazing.
Oh, God.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Scry Society, these are some deep cuts.
I don't know.
And I feel like I missed all of them. Yay for being ignorant.
Ninja Turtles!
Oh no, I got the Ninja Turtles. It was the
okay.
other stuff.
Oh, he was just naming painters.
Oh yeah, no, these are just other painters, more modern.
Oh no, I meant the
painters.
shotgun. I was totally lost by the shotgun.
Jackson Pollock.
Yeah. Like drip painting.
He's an
splatter
artist
stuff.
known for like these.
He did the splatter thing.
Yeah,
So
now
you
I
see-
get it. Now I get it. Now I get it.
So you see,
get
no,
it.
let me explain.
Guardians
It
of the
was a
Galaxy.
humor joke.
When you shoot someone with a shot, no, I'm just. Let's not go. Hi, I'm David Holman.
like-
We've had a lot of fun here tonight.
So this has my brain going, like, it just popped into my head, and I think this would be a lot of fun, is running a campaign where people have to be like partners. So you have to have like you have to have a reason to be together. And like, I don't know why my brain went here. Probably because I'm looking at Wolf's Blood, which makes me think of Ravenloft. And I'm like, what if you played a campaign where there was like 2 players together, and one was a monster hunter who would go from town to town that are being like terrorized by vampires and get rid of the vampires, with his vampire best friend who terrorizes towns.
This is the plot of Dragonheart.
Right?
Or the prequel to Dragonheart, I think, is the
Dragon
dragon goes from place to place. Wait, what, David?
Oh, Dragon Start. It's the prequel to Dragon.
To be fair, it sounds more like a con men show. Like, I totally slay the vampire, picks him up. Hey, buddy, next town. Next town.
Yeah.
Next town. No, it really was. It was the dragon kept going kingdom to kingdom, and the dude came and slayed the dragon, and then they just go to the next kingdom.
Wasn't
And
it
then
also Brothers Grimm?
Yes.
They did the same thing.
Sort of premise.
Yep.
So great.
It's pretty fun.
You said Ravenloft,
man.
Ray, and the first thing I thought was, can they be My Little Ponies?
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing that forever.
Why?
We still need to make this happen, Ray. My heart
Oh.
is set on this.
Okay, so Saint, I will explain that I own the entire works of My Little Pony Adventures of Equestria, and it is basically 5e, and I want to run a My Little Pony campaign, but put it in Ravenloft.
My Little Murder.
yeah.
Got it.
My Little Murder.
Oh no, they will be ponies.
They will be ponies.
They will be My Little Ponies. It will be transported into Ravenloft.
Like I said, My Little Murder.
Yeah, we've
If
been.
you need any more ponies, let me know.
Oh yeah, you're in. I've already decided this.
Listen, David Telstra, you have to DM me, and then I will gladly DM you.
Deal. Let's make it
I mean, we can throw something together right now. I mean, we all got ideas.
Right.
Like, let's just turn this into a D&D stream. Let's roll dice, see who's the DM, and we'll just go ad-lib a story. Let's go.
We just Luna, I don't want to speak for you, but if we reach the 1500 goal, would you be willing for that to be the thing?
Sure.
I'd be down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I'm in on this now.
People, we need your money.
Yeah.
I think we
do
skipped all the money deep into the walls with our earlier conversations. Like,
Yeah. Someone came in and was like, you know what? I'm gonna give to this charity, and then they heard the money in the cheese.
Someone literally had
Like-
like $500 queued up, and we talked about ass pick human jello.
Yep.
Oh, this is not the group for me.
This is not it. Yeah.
All right, seriously, I'm sorry. Can we stop saying ass pick? Because every time you've said this, especially ass pick human jello, way wrong thing went through my head.
No, that's as it
Okay,
should.
so
because
the next question that we have queued up.
jello is the worst
thing that could go through your head.
Next question.
Next question. The next question we have is from Lottie and Star. What is the most chaotic event you have ever been a part of?
Up there.
The most.
This
I'm sorry,
one.
The most
This is up there.
This is it.
I'm gonna say this is pretty close.
The only
Probably
other one
just under P, the water elemental, which is this is probably slightly above the pink tap dancing dragons.
See, that's bottom tier chaos for me. It was great, not that wild.
Are they talking about like chaotic in a game or just like life in general? Because I've got stories. Like
I would assume they mean in some kind of game or TTRPG related event.
I did.
Pretty pink puppies.
I got
pretty pink puppies.
There was it was chaotic in the absolute best way possible. I got to be a part of the Benjamin's bowling extravaganza.
Yes.
And oh yeah, Luna, yeah, you were there too. That was like Seth did. I don't know.
Amazing.
The amount of brains that gentleman has in his head to deal with the chaos every 5 seconds. And the story was still really fun, really good, and they ended it like it got to the point where like the final 2 bowling teams were like transported to this planet and were bowling these aliens that were knocking down other aliens, and it got like reset like 6 times because people wanted the stream to keep going, and so you had to come up with more endings as it kept going on. It was nutty.
It was wild.
Seth did an amazing job, and it was super fun.
It was so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Taylor and Neckler both like Benjamins. They were both there.
I think I messaged Seth like every other day. I'm like, yo, so next time I want a spot. I want to be in on that. Like,
I'm pretty sure that anytime Seth busts out Raisin Boy, it's going to be a good time.
Oh.
I have 2. And I think one of them might just be wild and random, but chaotic. I was part of another stream, and they had just kind of a random things happen, when you donate thing, and
bless you.
One of them. What?
Nothing. Keep going.
One of them was that someone else got was, you think you're an invincible professional wrestler. And that was hilarious because it was our artificer who was the weakest of us. And then I got later on, you think you're a terrible professional wrestler.
Oh,
and
no.
I was strong. So it was like the last 30 minutes of the stream got way off the rails because it was just the 2 of us like doing Hulk Hogan and Macho Man Randy Savage impressions at each other. The other one was a level 20 campaign with my brother-in-law where we fought this like legendary red dragon, and we got our butts handed to us on a silver platter. And it was in I'm trying to remember, like Jotunheim or something like that. It's essentially Valhalla in D&D. And I joked that the hall that you respawn in after you die on this plane is actually a Denny's. And so we're about to die from this dragon. I'm the last surviving member. And I just say, I'm about to die. And I say, can I take my turn to try and persuade the dragon? And DM's like, sure. And I say, hey, dragon, have you ever been to Denny's before? And the dragon's like, no. What is a Denny's? Like in the middle of this combat, just what's a Denny's? I'm like, oh man, it's great. You can get breakfast there like all day. I got unlimited coffee. He said, roll a persuasion check. I got a nat 20. So that game ended up with us taking a dragon to Denny's.
Yeah.
So that was great.
Yo.
End of Pineapple Express. just sort of wild fight that ends up at a breakfast diner. there is one that sorry, does anyone else have an answer that I already spoke?
Go.
The Chris Saint just reminded me in the crossover that we did, Know Your Role.
No. I need to correct you. That was Nick, Scry Society. He's the one who brought it up in chat.
Oh, my bad. So in the Know Your Role Discount Dungeons and for our podcast crossover, which is getting very close to being. I'm gonna try to say this without any spoilers. There was a moment where Chris, just kind of off the cuff, the two barbarians found themselves at this fighting pit, trying to protect someone / kill a troll. Chris, feel free to jump in whenever I'm getting. And there was a lot of natural 20s roll. They were all very high level characters, just wild high rolls going on. And Chris, like in the middle of this pit, had this like blood rave, like Blade style, epic, crazy metal music fight where the barbarians were like chopping off heads and roaring for the crowd. It was so epic. It was wild. And Chris, if I forgot anything, please feel free to jump in.
I mean, it was the entire like multi-level tavern inside the Flying Castle that had this blood sprinkler system, which was actually an homage to someone who dropped out who was playing a very prankish character.
True.
But yeah, there was a lot of chaos in that crossover simply because it was, 9 of us recording 6-hour sessions?
It was a lot.
There was, you edited it, Dave, so there was 9 times 6 is 54, 54 hours of audio per episode.
Yeah, it was a lot. We had to chop up quite a bit, but hopefully in the next couple weeks or so, hopefully we'll get that out to you guys. You guys can hear the chaos that ensued.
I feel like in Ripples in the Gray, we're pretty chaotic in general, but for whatever reason, the last time we played ended up being incredibly chaotic. And it all started with me getting kind of punchy in the green room and making dick jokes and just being stupid. And then we carried that energy into the game. Mm-hmm. And I forget, and Wolf, if you remember, clarify, I forget what we were talking about, but it had something to do with Futurama. And if you don't know the Tuesday stream, Lion's Head from Lion's Head Gaming plays Harvey, which is a 3PO unit that's outfitted to be a battle droid. And I said, you know what? I dare you to fight my shiny metal ass into this game, into the game tonight. And he's like, oh, I don't know. It probably won't happen tonight. But we'll make it happen. Or this was two rounds ago. So we're playing and it just all fucking goes off the rails because we finish a mission, we get back to this pirate planet. Wolf is gambling like our casino dad, and he's just he's winning some money, so he just keeps putting it down, and we're like, oh no. And just I think you lost it all, right?
Nope. No, I didn't. Harvey did. I still came out ahead that night.
Okay. So
yeah.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say we can't talk about what went on in the green room prior to that particular stream here.
No,
Luna would shut us down.
I will shut you down.
That's amazing.
I forgot all the shit that I said until you said that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, see, this is where you type it into our chat.
No, you don't. Hi, I'm Norman. We've had a lot of fun here.
What happened in the green room stays in the green room.
Right? Yeah.
But it became this whole thing, and then I think Lion as a player got butthurt because he lost all these credits, and he's kind of the purse holder. So he was like, well, I want to do this like shooting trick and like try to win it back. And just by like us begging chat for boost dies and sheer dumb luck does he pull this off. And the ending is like just Harvey after he pulls off this like crazy trick shot, and like the camera pans on him, and Atomic is like, how do you want to send us out, Harvey? And he's like, I turn around and I look at everybody in the crowd and I say, bite my shiny metal ass.
Yeah.
It was just like big chaos vibes. It was great.
It was amazing. Oh my god.
My character ended up sleeping with like the pirate captain. Like, it's just a whole thing. It was a weird energy that night, but it was so chaotic. So chaotic.
Oh, good times. Good times. All right. Let's see. We got a few more questions that came in. Neckle the Druid would like to know, if studded leather armor was D4s instead of studs, would the opponent take damage if they hit them?
Yeah.
Depends if they're walking.
Next question. Yes. Next question. Thank you for coming to my TED Talks. I will not be taking questions.
And it would also be piercing, and you would have to take bleeding damage in between.
You would have to take pride damage.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a charisma saving throw.
I'm going to say, and to your point, there is actually in the Sword Coast guide, like the third book they published, something called spiked armor that the dwarf battle ragers wear.
Yes.
That's really cool.
Oh god,
It's so good.
What was that one's name? He was one of
Oh,
Bruno's
dude, I can't even
guards.
think. I know
Plint.
who you're talking about. And
Plint. I don't know the
Yes.
name either, but like, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Thibbledorf Plint. He was
Yes.
disgusting.
Thibbledorf. Oh my.
And he would just
Scribe.
run and jump and hug people and start shaking.
Yes.
Oh,
that
God.
was his entire
Wild.
means of it was amazing.
It was Battle Ranger. They were the Gutbuster Brigade. I've been reading the Dritz books. Or listening to the audiobooks at work.
Nice.
That was my first
Fair.
introduction to one character yeeting another character.
Oh,
Because
God.
if you remember, they yeeted him a couple of times in those books.
Oh yeah, no, I got no
Yeah.
doubt. I don't know if I've been there yet, but I won't be surprised.
That sounds very on par for like that band of people. Like, I've only read up to like the wedding of Wolfgar and Canterbury because I don't really read a lot.
Hashtag spoilers.
It's not.
Some people stream, it's fine.
The books are like 20 years old, my dude.
Yeah.
Makes me think of Princess Bride. When I was your age, TV was called books.
Yeah. That's how I felt when right before the stream and the power was out and they were saying it wasn't going to be back on until 9 o'clock, and I was like, well, guess I need to find a book.
Yeah, but how many of you here are old enough to remember when we had to sacrifice a robot to get onto the internet?
Oh God, yeah.
I do. I do.
The ritual circles are still burned into the basement floor of my.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was rough.
I think one of the thing Nolan and I in another game of ours, I'm playing a robot that was from Earth, and he carried a lot of garbage in his tummy like Bender from Futurama. And like just he had all sorts of crap in there, like a Zune, I'm sure a Tamagotchi, and then that's what I was like, oh, it's got one of those American Online discs.
For like 20 hours or whatever.
Yeah, 20 hours of American Online.
Yeah.
Can I also point out, though, that this weekend you had a meat grinder inside of your stomach for some reason?
Let me tell you, I have played some kind of robot in so many games, and that tummy is always going to be a plot device, like, just for random bullshit. In another game, I had a small skeleton friend named Skull Duggins who lived in there, who was addicted to pixie sticks. It's just... I am a tummy all the time, or I am a robot all the time and always have a tummy thing. Like, it's so fun.
my
So wait, when you had the Zune in there, did that make you a Teletubby?
Nolan, I don't know where you are, but we have to go back. We have to re-record that episode. I know it's already been published. We need to re-record it.
And republish it.
David didn't realize how much he got wrong until he realized how much he got wrong.
I need to go back. Hold on. Let me find. I need to go back. Time for Tubby Tustard.
So I think we just lost Staghorn. He's going to be in this little hole
Right.
questioning every decision he's ever
Okay,
made.
well, in that case, we'll move on to the next question. Proxima 3055. If your character died, what's the best way to go?
Ass pick me.
Eating yourself at a god.
Hey, Wolf's Blood, what's the best way to go? What's the best way to go,
I
Wolf's
didn't
Blood?
get yeeted towards a god. I got yeeted towards Dead Space meets The Thing.
Yep. Yeah.
While carrying a can of Raid. And
you know, I'm just trying to think who did that? Who yeeted you?
I think it was you. And who else? Who was that same person that could have, made sure nobody jacked with my suit?
Girls, you're both pretty.
I'm just trying to make sure. Just trying to make sure we all remember who yeeted his friend out of this place. I actually am sorry about that, dude.
Here's the whole thing, though. Here's the whole thing. We had gotten this wonderful bottle of Intergalactic Roundup purely by chance.
Just Deus Ex Machina.
And so I all of a sudden have this huge surge of hope because going into the stream, Ty had been like, nobody clears the station. Your chances of doing this are like 0. And so here we are. We're in the ship. We've got Intergalactic Roundup. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do something nobody has done in this one shot for him before. Like, yes, I am so hopeful, and I've got this huge rush of I'm going to be the hero. And then I get yeeted, and it's your suit has been sabotaged. What do you do? Do you save yourself, or do you go towards the tentacle? And of course, my character has this wonderful trait called compassion. I am compelled to sacrifice myself. So, yeah,
it was epic,
that's the best way to go. Getting crushed by an alien Dead Space tentacle outside of a space station, so that the can of Raid could rupture and kill everything.
If you cut a potato in half and just put it on your headphones to cover your ears, it'll help absorb some of that salt. I saw Saint said something like that in the Discord chat, and it made me think of that. Oh boy.
Nice.
I told you that man holds a grudge like a Confederate widow. He never.
I was wondering. I was like, were we on stream when you said that?
No, we weren't.
No.
It's a great saying. That's so good. Let me ask this. Does anyone have another funny death? Because I have a good one, but it's very so I want us to end on a high note if I tell this story.
I mean, I have a gruesome, but it is kind of funny.
Okay.
Death for my character.
So I was playing I've talked about Ront before on this game. And it was how I wanted him to go. He was a revenant who was fighting for Grumsh, who is evil. He was a revenant orc barbarian, and he found out Grumsh was evil, and he didn't want to fight for him anymore. So he had to kill his god in a Colosseum fight. So he did that, and I had a moment with my other players where, they're like, all right, let's go back. And I was like, Ron, not going back. This is where Ron get off. And just had like a little heart to heart with everybody. And I just said that he had dreadlocks. And I said that he cut off 4 of his dreadlocks and cut his hand and let the blood soak the dreadlocks. And he tied each one around the wrist of one of his friends and said, in my village, when someone goes off, this is the typical ritual to say, I hope you have my strength as you go on. And I asked my DM at the time, I hadn't talked to him before, and I said, I want to give up 4 points of my strength, or sorry, 8 points of my strength to give to them with this bracelet. And he was like, absolutely. So they all got a +1 to strength for that. It was, and it was so great. It was so, I don't know what the word cathartic means, but that feels appropriate. But it was that was the best way any of my 5 character deaths have gone in that campaign. Yeah.
Great.
That is a downer and rough.
Yeah, see, that's why I was like, someone else fucking do a fight. Well, my guy farted himself to death.
Okay, well, it's not that naive, but so the character that yeeted himself at a god and died. My father, being the gracious and terrible DM that he is, resurrected me as an avatar of a god. But I had to hide the fact that I was an avatar of a god. So I'm role-playing with the group. None of them believe me because they watch me die. And eventually, like, my character falls again, but the avatar spirit seeks the next, most recent dead host and raises it. So the party proceeds to behead the corpse of everyone they fought as my character was trying to resurrect himself. It became a version of God Whack-A-Mole. That is my funny death, because technically I died like 49 times in one night.
Oh my god.
Holy cow.
Dormammu, I have come to bargain.
Actually, yeah.
Holy cow. Y'all have had some intense death.
Yeah, I don't have any good.
Yeah, we got nothing.
I got nothing. All right. Well,
do we want a funny one to go out on? Because I got you a funny one.
Okay.
Line it up, baby.
Go for it.
This is so many of my characters have died. Out of the Abyss, y'all. It's the Dark Souls of D&D. I was a rogue. My sister-in-law was playing a paladin who worshipped Mask, who is essentially a rogue god. She normally plays rogues, so my dude is down. 2 death saves failed, and she says, all right, I'm gonna res Scrimshaw, but first I'm gonna rifle through his pockets. And our DM goes, okay, David, give me another death saving throw. And I failed. So I died because my sister-in-law was gonna rifle through my pockets. She didn't find anything, and then I became the messenger for to talk to her god. So it was like anytime she stopped to pray to Mask, it was the ghost of Scrimshaw, just like, what do you want?
You did this to
so
me.
Great.
Oh my gosh.
It's like, how you doing? I'm dead.
I'm dead.
So there's that. How about you?
Hope you're doing great.
That's a thing.
Stealing more shit?
What'd you do with that 5 silver you found?
Oh, you know.
Where's my cut?
Yeah, where's my cut?
All right. Well, we have one last question. So because we've gone a little bit past our normal end time of 10 o'clock, what I'm going to have everybody do is I'm going to make this a two-part thing. First, I'm going to go around again. I'm going to have everybody remind us of who they are and where we can find you on the internet. And with your answer to that, I want you to answer the question, what is your favorite class to multi-class? That's Nick's question, and we'll round out the night with that one. So we're going to go in reverse order of when we started. So, Wolves, we're going to start with you.
Ouch. All right. I am Wolfsblood 2012 Wolfsblood on all of the social media things. I am one of the moderators here at the Shared Experience channel. In order to multi-class, I love in pretty much any of the D&Ds, give me a fighter cleric, and I will have fun for days.
Nice. I like that.
That's it.
Okay.
That's me.
Thank you for coming on tonight. Thank you for all of your help this weekend. Super appreciated. David Staghorn, David, we will go to you next.
I have been David Hall. Hi, we've had a lot of fun here tonight. I have been David Hallman. I am the Fungeon Master of Good Better Quest, a D&D podcast that takes place at Fantasy Faerun University, also known as Faerun University. You can find me at stag_horn or at GBQ Pod on Twitter. Doug says he hears GBQ's pretty good. I wouldn't take anything that man says.
I would. It's fantastic.
At face value. Nekula the Druid, though, knows what she's talking about. So, yeah. I think my favorite multi-class is either Fighter Barbarian or Fighter Sorcerer. Yeah. That Shadow Blade spell as a fighter is pretty great.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you for being willing to don your pauldrons again tonight to come and chat with us.
I'm just gonna have to wear them all the time on Twitch now.
I think that's a
this
thing.
is my brand
this
now.
This is your brand now. And thank you
ABB,
for participating. Yeah, thank you for participating this weekend and helping out with raising all kinds of awesome funds for awesome charity and yeah. So let's see. We'll go to Saint.
Hey, I am Saint. You can find me at discount_D&D or at sdemons on Twitter. You can find me at the Discount Dungeon Discord, and I'm floating around a lot of other Discords. If you see Saint of Daemons, it is me. My favorite thing in the multi-class is anything with Paladin or Sorcerer, because the combinations get very degenerate and very toxic, and that is just me as a player. I will min-max and break everything.
All the things. Awesome. Well, thank you for participating and also helping to co-plan this event. It was
happy to do so.
It was very nice having you to stay on top of me and be like, Luna, did you do the thing that you said you were going to do? And I'm like, yeah, I did it 10 minutes ago. Oh my God, I got to do the thing.
Y'all have done such a great job.
Truly amazing.
Thank you.
I mean, I'm dead serious about what I said in our little chat box. 24 hours, all clerics. Let's do it.
I'm not working tomorrow.
Yeah, I promised my kid at the day at the beach tomorrow. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, sorry, kids. No, I'm sorry.
All right. Let's see. David, other David Tilstra.
Oh.
That's you.
Yeah, that's me. Hi, everybody. I'm David Tilstra. I am Dungeon Master for From Afar Podcast. Come check us out if you want. If not, it's cool. We are at From Afar Podcast on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me at David Tilstra on Twitter and Instagram. Yeah, come hang out. Let's talk. It'll be fun. I swear. And yeah, thanks for having me. This has been great. This has been an awesome weekend. You guys have done truly a stellar job of raising money for this amazing cause. So thank you for all the hard work too, and whoever, like, I'm sure there's a lot of work into it, but you two specifically.
Well, thank you, and thank you for participating. What's your favorite class to multi-class?
Oh shit, I forgot about that. So last night the game I played, That's the first time I've ever multi-classed because I'm afraid of it.
Aha!
But the idea of a barbarian and a bard, just so I can call it a barbarian, I think is pretty stellar. But I'm pretty sure I floated that by Chris at some point this weekend. He's like, okay. And I did something else. But yeah, the last night the bard fighter was really fun. I was just like able to people a lot of stuff with Battle Master and Glamour Bard stuff, so that was really cool.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, yes, thank you for your participation. Super great to have you as always. And Ray.
Pleasure as always.
I am Ray Mayhem. Ray Mayhem on all the socials. You can catch me Tuesday evenings at 8 p.m. Doing Ripples in the Gray here on Shared Experience. And I'm sorry, I am running out of steam. Ray is pooped. My favorite multi-class is Bard Rogue. And I have a character on the docket to play a new campaign with who is a assassin rogue and a School of Seduction bard. So,
awesome.
Very exciting.
Well, thank you, and thank you, Extra, for being willing to jump back on tonight after streaming for like, what was it, 5 hours? 4 hours? Yeah. Super appreciated. And before I go through all of my spiel, we got to give away a bugbear or a werebear.
Bear.
So I just
Bear.
A werebear. Werebear?
Where is it?
Bear.
Real question, is Patch entered? Because if so, we know
Patch
who's winning.
is not entered.
Oh, thank God. People have a chance.
Right, so everybody else has a chance, except for that I accidentally entered while reminding people to enter, so I promise I will not let myself win. So, yes, exclamation point ticket. I'm going to close the giveaway in just a second.
I mean, you did earn it, so like you should totally win.
I mean, I already have one of Ray's minis. She painted me a red dragon too, so.
Very cool.
All right, I'm going to close it now. Woo. All right, let's draw a winner. Drum roll, please.
You have the soundboard stack. Cue it up.
I can totally get that. We're friends in real life, so Fire if you're here. I'm gonna make sure that they're here before I. Because if they're not, I'm gonna pick somebody new.
Once.
I don't see his name, and I don't see his name in the users. So we're gonna draw
someone else.
Vertrux Nightblood.
Vertrux.
You won. You won the giveaway.
Well done, Vertrux.
What? So Vertrux, yeah. So if you want to connect with,
I think they have one. Do you have? Are you the one that has Cthulhu?
Ooh.
I think they have Cthulhu.
No, Cthulhu went to
Pyrotex.
Oh yeah. I don't know.
Well, anyway, the little dragon.
A little dragon.
Yeah. So great. So if you two want to connect again, or I can put the two of you in touch or something like that, and we will make sure that gets to you. All right. I am Gaber Mom Luna. My favorite classes to multi-class are Ranger, Rogue, and Fighter. But also because I did that before, and I'm super biased to that character. So there you go. And we've had a lot of fun here tonight. And thank you all.
Never been easier.
Yeah.
Never been easier.
Thank you all so much for coming. No, this has been great. Thank you all so much again for your participation this weekend and all your help and all the hard work that everybody put in to make this such a success. We raised $1,045 for Extra Life, which is amazing. I just heard a huge firework go off in somebody's background, so that was like really good timing.
Probably mine.
I was about to say,
I was gonna say it could be mine. I mean,
probably.
Y'all sound like you're in Baghdad. Like it's not good.
I mean, it's America, so
America. So thank you all again so much for all of your help. The link will stay open. It is extra-life.org/participants/shared experience RPG. That link will always be there for anybody who is maybe listening to the Ears edition or anything like that. If you'd like to contribute down the road, that will be open for you as well. We're gonna drop a raid on let's see if they're still live. Yes, we're gonna drop a raid on our friends Beard and Bride. They're playing some Jackbox games tonight, but you can catch us most of the time on Sunday nights right here for Tales from the Tavern. We're back with season 2. We've got some really great people coming up next week, including a couple people who also participated in this event. And then Tuesday nights we have our Ripples in the Gray, which has both Wolf's Blood and Ray in it, and that's also at 8 p.m. Eastern. That's our Star Wars Fantasy Flight system.
See,
there's words.
See, it's not easy. It's
not.
It's this much.
Yeah, you should see me trying to write it on Twitter. It's not fun. And then on Wednesday nights we have 50 Shades of Crimson, which is our Pathfinder First Edition campaign, also at 8 p.m. Eastern, so you can join us there. Yeah, I hope you guys all have a great rest of your evening. Happy 4th of July to those of you celebrating it, and we will be back next week with more Tales from the Tavern. Have a great night.
Bye. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.